Hello everybody, welcome to another Sweet Poppy Stencils Inspiration Day. I hope you're all keeping well. Today I'd like to share this tag with you. I don't actually have the tag as I've done it for a tag swap and I've already sent it to the lady that I made it for. So I'd like to share this with you today. So for our tag, we're going to be using a tag that I've cut out, and it's 21 by 8 centimeters or 8.5 inches by 3.25 inches across. So we're going to do the background first, and for the background I've used Distress Oxides in Lucky Clover and Cracked Pistachio. I'm using super smooth card, so I put a layer of Cracked Pistachio down the middle and then just a small amount of Lucky Clover either side, and then I sprayed them with water. I will have to use my heat gun for a little while. So a little bit of water on my card, and then I'm just going to pick up different areas of both my colours, and I'm quite happy with that. So I'm going to now heat blast it. Now I'm going to put my tag back in the ink to pick up some different textures on the card. And I like some white space, so I'm leaving some white space as well. I'm going to give just one more little dip, and that's all I'm going to do. Heat blast again. And mop up the ink I haven't used. I'm going to let that one dry properly, and I'm going to bring on one that I've done earlier for us to work on, because this one's, I've just done it about 5 minutes ago. It's nice and dry now. It doesn't take long to dry. So the stamps that we're going to be using for this creation are the Ivy Flourish, the Holly Flourish, and Deck the Halls from the Festive Phases stamp set. Okay, so we're going to start with our stamping pad. And I'm going to start with the Holly Flourish. So I did the Holly Flourish down this side of the card. That's the left-hand side. I'm going to place my card up against the edge of my stamping platform. I'm going to get my Holly Flourish. You can use this. It always gives you an idea. It's nice to keep these bits. I don't want to go there, so I'm just looking to see where I went before. So I stamped down that side there. Stamp down there. And that's what I'm going to do this time. So I pick up my stamp. And I'm using, for the Holly, I'm using Versafine Clair Spruce. So I'm just inking up my stamp. I'm going to place that down, and I'm just going to ink that up there like that. Got my trusty teddy bear here. This gives an extra bit of, and that's, I'm quite happy with that. That looks nice. Now I want to stamp down here as well, but I need to turn. I need to turn my, so I can fit my stamp on. Let's just put that there like that. And that there. I'm going to line up. I'm going to line up my stamp with that one there. Then I'm just putting so my stamp isn't off the page. So I'm just lining that stamp, that holly leaf, that end holly leaf. I hope I'm not getting my head in the way. I'm going to pick that up. And I'm going to put my, that's it. I'm going to ink up my stamp again. Right, I only need to ink up to that part there. Sometimes I mask off where I want my ink to go. So with some of Lucy's low tack tape, and get my little teddy bear friend. And there we go. So I've now finished with my spruce ink. There. And now I'm going to ink up. I'm going to ink up my words, deck the halls. So my words are going down here. So I just need to know that I've got where I can put my ivy. I'm going to turn that round again, face this way this time. And push it over into the corner. So we're going to put that down there. I've used my lines to make sure that my words are straight on my lid of my stamping press. Remember what it was called then. Another little pressure from my little teddy bear. And there we go. The stamps really do stamp lovely first time, especially when you're using Versafine Clair. So that's our words done, and now we're going to do our ivy. So we need to move our card over this way. So for the ivy, I'm using Shady Lane. I'm using a lighter paler colour. I'm just going to put that there like that, so you can see where that is. I'm coming around a little bit more like that. Pick up our stamp, and we're using Shady Lane. So there's our Shady Lane all stamped up. And get our little teddy bear. Now this ink pad is not a new one, it's quite dry, so I'm going to stamp again. Oh, that's much better. So I'm just going to take my Ivy Flourish off. I'm going to turn my tag again like we did last time, so I can take it off the end of the mat, and then we can just line up so that we get a little bit, let's move it that way a little bit of the ivy coming down to the bottom a bit more. So we only need to stamp, ink up the top 3 leaves, the top 3 sets of leaves, and press. That's beautiful. And I think I'll just have 2 little ivy leaves coming underneath as well. So I've turned my stamp round the other way, and I've got the 2 little ivy leaves that were up the top. I'm going to stamp them down the bottom. And there we go. That's our ivy done. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to colour in our leaves to give them a bit more colour behind them. So, as in my last video, I used Polychromo Pencils. So I'm using 3 different colours of green. I'm using this one for my holly leaf, I'm using this one for my ivy leaf, and I'm using this one for the veins on my holly. So I'm just going to start colouring in. I'm just giving them a quick rub with my pencil because I'm going to use my blending solution. I'm just trying to give them a little bit more colour to bring them, pop them out from the background, because it's all the same colour. So I'm just trying to pop them out from the background to make them stand out a bit more. So I'm gently just forgetting to use my circular motion. And then I'm going to use the darker green to just come down the centre of the leaves. Okay, so that's them done. And then I'm going to use the lighter green, which sort of matches the colour of my ink, I think. And I'm going to do the same on my ivy leaves, just using circular motions to go over my leaves, just to make them pop from the background, give them a little bit more colour. And I'm going to use the same dark green to go down the veins of my ivy leaves, just down the centres. Okay, now I've got my blending solution. It's a pencil blending solution. It's a liquid, and I've got it in this little pot that's got a piece of foam in. So when I dip my pen in, my pencil stub, it goes a bit damp, and that is what blends out our colour of our pencils, makes it all nice and smooth and even. Oops. It doesn't take long because they're just a few little leaves. So it doesn't take long. It's quite a quick tag to do, actually. So I've got a reddish coloured pencil here for my berries. So I'm just going to colour my berries in with the red pencil. There's lots of berries on this heart, and I just love the fact that there's loads, because you do see lots of berries on the holly bush. My mum had a beautiful holly bush right outside her front door, in a little patch of garden that she had at the bottom of the stairs, and it was just so beautiful every Christmas. And she had this robin that she insisted had been coming to visit her for years. And she really, really, really insisted that it was the same robin every single year. There was no swaying her at all. Okay, so that's our berries. Now, I'm not going to use the pencil on the berries because I'm going to give them a little bit of glitter. So I'm going to spray a little bit of water on my mat. I'm going to get a fine paintbrush. I'm going to get my red glitter pen, and I'm going to scribble on my mat with my red glitter pen. Doesn't damage your mat, it doesn't stain your mat. Little tiny bit of water. Then I'm just going to pick it up and I'm just going to dab it on. And it's amazing how much of a sparkle it gives. And it doesn't take long to do. But it just gives a really, it's not overpowering. It's just really, really lovely. I hope you can see it glistering in the video. So we're just going to do that. A little bit more glitter. I never do it where it's been had water on it. I always do it on the next square. A little bit more water. So that's all we need for our red glitter. And on the ivy, I'm going to use a clear jelly roll pen. And on the holly as well. So I'm going to do the veins in the ivy. Once again, it doesn't take too long. And there we go, that's our tag finished. A little bit of ink on the back. But we're going to cover that up now anyway, so okay. So that's our tag finished. There. I'm going to get a little bit of gold ink, paint, sorry. Little tiny bit of gold paint. Tiny bit. That's a tiny bit, isn't it? Okay, some more water. Take a little bit of tiny gold paint over there. Get some more water. And just get a little bit of paper. There. And we'll put a little bit there. And then we're just going to put a bit more water there. Splash a little bit of gold there. A little bit of gold there. Let's clean that up. Okay. Okay, so there's our tag. Now we need to mount our tag. So we're going to mount our tag on some black card. So I've already pre-cut out my card. Which I've cut to fit my tag. straight away, so I need to heat my paint up. So that's my paint nice and dry. I like to use double-sided tape. And I've just got this habit now of putting it on my arm. It seems to give me more control. I don't know why. And then one last bit there. That way. Could be nice to do a few red splats as well to match your berries. That's fine. So now I just fold back I'll take the bottom and the top off because they're only little bits. And then I'll take off a little bit of the two side bits. And I'll use some Pritt Stick. In the middle, and I'll also put some down the middle of my tag. Oops. And we line it up so you can still move it because you've got Pritt Stick on it, so you can still move it a little bit. I've got this really lovely green ribbon, sort of like I've got a greeny bluey tinge in it, and this is what I put at the top. I've got my hole punch because I didn't want to leave you with that one. So see if we can work out where the middle is. So about there. Punch. And then this lovely ribbon that I bought absolutely years ago. Can't even remember where from. Now lost my scissors. There they are. So I've done a double layer. So we'll have two bits. Yeah. So just thread it through. Thread it through the hole. And there we go. And that's our finished product. I hope you like the tag. What I'd like to do is I really would like to send it to somebody. So what I'd like to do is if you make a comment on my video, I will put all the names in a hat of the people that have made a comment. I'll pull one out and then I will get in touch and I will send this to you in the post. I'm wishing you all a happy Christmas and a wonderful New Year. I hope all your dreams come true, and I look forward to the next Sweet Poppy Inspirational Day and sharing some more techniques with you. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.